this project, and likely many to come, is to send a shockwave of love throughout the globe. Good evening, friends. This story is dedicated to everyone who has struggled with mental health issues, and to all seekers and non-seekers. May our science and compassion broaden to include understanding of the mind, and when learning about the myriad of ways that people suffer, may our hearts open faster than our minds. For those of you who may not know what ayahuasca is, it's an Amazonian tea made from 2 indigenous plants that has traditionally been consumed only by the village's doctors for diagnosis of physical, mental, and emotional illness. This traditional medicine has become accessible to Westerners in the past 20 years, however, and when drinking this tea is done in a safe and ceremonial setting, the plants demonstrate a broad therapeutic potential, especially for the treatment of substance dependence, anxiety, and depression. A little bit about me. By nature, I am an independent and persevering soul. But the story I'm about to describe, which took place in June of 2022 through the present, cost me my mind and nearly my life. It is with a good degree of comfort and peace that I tell this story today, but that peace has been hard-earned. But in addition to the struggles I've overcome in the past year and 9 months, I have also been immensely blessed. How have I been blessed? I have been blessed with mediumship. And my kind of mediumship is the kind that is connected to the voice of spirit. It has been this relationship that has brought me many gifts, the least of which are the healing, wisdom, and insight. Before my story is over, I'd like to share with you some of the wisdom that Spirit has shared with me. I feel this wisdom is very powerful and believe that it's not mine to hold. Today, I feel like I have come through the hardest part of this journey. And what is most important to me in life now is being a calm, loving presence for those who are suffering most from mental illness. It is with this heart desire that I will be starting a YouTube channel this summer, which I'm really excited about. If you'd like to support my cause, and if you find value in my videos, you can share them with others who may be going through a spiritual awakening and need help having faith in love restored. And with that, here are a few messages from Spirit that I hope will resonate with you. I asked Spirit one time, what is the point of suffering? And I heard, to make us more sincere. When I told Spirit that I couldn't handle any more tests, Spirit said, we create our own tests. When I asked Spirit what happens to the love between 2 people when they divorce, Spirit said, it touches everything in the universe forever. When I asked Spirit why Spirit allows wars, Spirit said, I never imagined that you all would do that. In regards to enlightenment, I'm glad you guys get that. Spirit said, the journey from enlightenment can be summarized as moving from the head to the heart. And another quote about enlightenment, enlightenment is the simultaneous undoing of everything that's come your way. Lastly, when I asked Spirit, what is going on here? Spirit showed me my heart outside of my chest. I have to use my hands. And 1-inch diameter PVC pipes coming from all angles out of my heart. Spirit showed me that the pipes could be unscrewed and rescrewed into another outlet. And Spirit said, reassembling. I said, oh, that's really cute, but what else? And so Spirit showed me a trash can like they had in 1982 made of aluminum. And the trash can was taking trash out of me, and Spirit said, emptying out the trash. Thank you, everyone, for your precious listening ears. With your hearts, there would be no storytelling. Thanks. And then through my mind's eye, Spirit showed me a picture of the Horseshoe Nebula, which is my favorite nebula ever since I saw an image from the Webb telescope a couple years ago of the Horseshoe Nebula spitting out suns, like there's a sun, there's a sun, there's a sun. It just blew my mind. And Spirit uses the things that I know to teach me. So Spirit shows me the Horseshoe Nebula and says, bodies can also be a gift. Baby souls don't get bodies. So I ran back in the living room and I take the dolls off the table and I sit down on the floor and I open up the first one and I was like, whoa, there's another pair. There's another doll in there. And of course, I'm sure many of you had the same reaction when you first held nesting dolls and played with them. And I got it down all the way to the baby. And I just assumed it was a mama and her children. I think a lot of people interpret it that way. But in this dream, when Spirit said, do you want to know what the meaning of Russian dolls is? I just assumed it was a mother and her children. So I said that to Spirit, and Spirit said, do you want to know the alternate meaning of Russian dolls? And I said, yes. And Spirit said, if we take care of our inner children, we can help others heal. And that makes me think about Thich Nhat Hanh's work with so many speeches and talks he gave about the ripple effect in families and around our friends. When we heal, we become less reactive. We can see others' pain, others' emotions more clearly, and we can communicate from our hearts and be vulnerable and sincere. And I just loved that message. Meditation is practiced by an estimated 500 million people worldwide. This is 1 in 16 people. Astonishing. Fundamentally speaking, it is resting in presence. Do you guys want to try it for a moment? Yeah? And I really feel privileged to have mediumship. I think it's not about catching people's thoughts in this radio dish. It's about the connection to the divine and the telepathy. The main purpose of it for me is to communicate with Spirit. But it's a byproduct that I hear other people's thoughts around me, and not always helpful. I did not mention this, by the way, in my video on mediumship. Another thing I do to kind of go into like this feminine mode of receiving information or connection from Spirit, when I'm fortunate enough, it works. It doesn't always work. There's like high-pitched ringing in my ears. It's like a frequency, like a channel. It's not always there, but often in the mornings it's there, and it's pretty pronounced. In fact, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming. It's like a really, really high-pitched ringing. And I know I've learned over time that if I rest my awareness on that high-pitched frequency, I can receive messages. I think the misinterpretation that we assume in Western society, if we're not necessarily intimate with the scriptures or the writings of Buddha, is that it really is like awakenings are all about nailing the mind to the wall and focus. And that's actually not the case. I mean, it is important to be able to focus our minds, but I truly believe that awakening fully requires opening the heart. And yes, we need the mind to focus, to open the heart. But it's opening the heart that gets us home. Not just quieting the mind, not focusing the mind. And So much of my process of opening my heart is feeling my body and knowing what makes me feel more and more at ease and more comfortable. And that is what I'm following. And I swear I was so close to sleep when I heard something that made me wake up. What I heard was, "You will always be my little girl." And then I just had this knowing, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I actually got a message from my dad. It's amazing. And I was just like, Dad, thank you. I've waited so long to hear from you. And it's so nice that we can talk. Like, you're just right there. And then I was like, and yo, I'm super tired and I gotta go back to sleep. So peace out, Dad. Come visit me another day. And I went back to sleep. Oh, the life of a medium. Always drawing boundaries. It's too much connection sometimes, y'all. Sorry, we don't have another hour, Jesse.
No, that's fine.
I'm just going to have to have you
looking
back.
forward to getting off of here.